One of the biggest challenges as a double amputee to summit Mount Everest is actually convincing people that you can.
Here, I stood on the summit of Everest and looked down onto Nepal, but I actually climbed it from Tibet. I climbed from the other side. I looked down across Tibetan Plateau and out into the valleys of Nepal. People ask, what is it like on the summit of Everest? The first thing is a huge feeling of relief. No more steps to take. There are no higher steps. But it's immediately followed by a great fear, because the challenge most often is not climbing up Mount Everest, but getting down safely. For a double amputee, as a mountaineer for my whole life, the climb up, well, that's a natural instinct for me. The challenge for myself was to climb down. On my summit day, I did the second fastest ascent of the 12 people that summited that day. But I think I may have done the slowest descent of anyone that year. For me, the challenge was to get down. Everest is an expensive place. Not expensive in money, though it is, but it's expensive in what it costs you. It has cost many of my friends their lives. On that day in 2006, it cost me the tips of my fingers. Everest hasn't got any lower in the last 65 years. The summit of Everest has not got any easier. Our techniques have got easier. But the reason that we climb Everest now is the knowledge that we can. And that is the knowledge that Tenzing and Edmund Hillary provided us with 65 years ago. It's a terribly exciting place. I'd go back and do it tomorrow, but my wife is sitting down here. That may be a stumbling block. Nepali and New Zealanders, we have a can-do attitude. That is why a Kiwi and a Sherpa stood upon the summit of Everest first, and that is why we continue to work together so well. To stand here tonight in the shadow of Ang Sherpa, to have done it once, I know how hard it is. To have done it 6 times, wow, his wife is obviously much more accommodating than mine. Everest is not easy. Everest is a challenge that continues to take lives. But when you get back down and you look back up, the feeling of achievement is unbelievable. Thank you.